Mr. Underhill, thank you very much for coming, dude.
Thank you for the invite.
Long time coming.
Absolutely, I should have been here a long time ago.
You finally made it.
I did.
Finally made
a long
it.
30-minute drive.
A long 30-minute drive,
30-minute
he says.
drive, yeah.
I'm glad that you
Quite the
braved all the heavy West Midland traffic to get here.
Always.
Yeah, man. But it was good to see you. We only saw you a few weeks back for UK, but that was, it was nice to see you working again.
That was a good event, though.
Yeah, I like that.
I like the layout of that one.
Yeah.
Didn't
you had a
much.
great little seat on the aisle, on the end of the aisle.
Straight on the end.
Yeah.
Perfect viewing.
Yeah. And I bet all of your, your client was probably thinking,
he loved it.
All these people looking at my...
People watching all day. He needed it as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it's
Back
good
of the
though, isn't
thigh.
it? Yeah.
Then inner thigh on the second day.
Yeah. How's he doing? Is he healed up well?
Yeah, he's a tank.
Yeah.
Never bothers him.
Sound.
Perfect for conventions.
Yeah. How much of your black and grey do you actually see healed? Like, do you on like a percentage scale? You reckon you probably see 20% of it come back healed, or?
Yeah, probably more than that.
Yeah.
Probably more than that. Yeah, probably way more than that, to be fair. Because they're all like returning customers.
Oh yeah, you're going to continue with something else.
70-80% are just big projects.
Yeah.
So you see, it's always awesome when they come back.
I suppose it's nice for you though, isn't it? Because you can see if they've looked after it. You can see how your tones have healed up, and
it's brilliant when they look after properly.
Well, that's the thing. I think disregard the price tag that you pay for certain tattoos. Obviously, you've got to look after the piece of artwork because of the amount of effort that someone like yourself or an artist has put through for it.
It's just it's not cheap, is it, these days? So
no, but the thing is, it's not cheap.
People that
for
never
you.
look after them.
It's not cheap for you to have like the expensive gear for a good tattoo.
Exactly,
for them to just fucking ruin it
for them
with a
to
bad heel.
Just go to the beach the next day.
Oh God, we've obviously, like, from the tattoo
Sunbed.
side of things, you see a lot on Instagram, but we've seen a lot of bad heels.
Just
like,
sunbed the next day, and they always say, "Oh, it's okay," because I held my arm out.
I put my arm in the shade though. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I suppose with your heels and stuff though, they're not exactly small heels, are they? They're big pieces, aren't they?
Yeah, they're usually over A4 sized.
Yeah. Is that pretty much like what you always do? Do you do anything smaller than A4?
Rarely.
Yeah.
Rarely.
Was that like a half day for you?
Yeah, it is nice now and again to do the smaller ones.
Yeah.
But sometimes the smaller pieces take me longer to do than the larger ones.
Because more fine detail to try and fit in. And
there's so little mistakes can be made in these little areas.
You've got a good range of all sorts of portraits and realism though.
Yeah,
at the moment. So did you sort of like want to get into that from when you first started then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what comes naturally to me.
Yeah.
Just drawing, growing up, just looking and drawing.
Right.
Just looking at something and copying it.
Yeah.
And it was always the dog or some family member or something.
Yeah, something that you can visually see.
It's sort of second nature to me, especially the black and grey side as well.
So where did, like, I always ask this to every artist because everyone's got a fun backstory, but when did it all sort of kick off for you? Like, not necessarily artistic, but when did the tattooing side come
tattooing side?
Yeah, was you, because obviously you were sketching and all sorts
before,
before,
so the tattooing side was probably about 9 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
About 9 years.
As in first picking up a machine?
Yeah. First picking up and just going to get fake skin or the pig skin from the local butcher.
Yeah.
I used to wrap it around a Coke bottle.
Oh,
so
really?
it simulated an arm.
Oh, nice.
Because you're never going to tattoo a perfectly flat surface. So
I've never heard that before. That's actually quite...
Yeah, so I thought if I can get a curve on it, it kind of gets you used to...
What, you mean a full bottle?
Yeah. I have the 3 litre one or the smaller one.
Like, because
everybody's arms...
Because if it's empty, you just squash
straight through it.
Yeah,
so I used to do that a lot.
Oh.
But you can only practice for about an hour on pigskin.
Yeah. What, until it
just goes a bit greasy and a bit smelly like.
Yeah.
And
not like a normal client.
No comment.
Yeah, they're all probably watching this thinking, go on, Gav, what are you about to say about me?
Which one? Yeah, which one?
Yeah, you could really ruin them and just say, oh, one of them that I tattooed, last month.
Yeah, just call them out.
Yeah.
Right now. It's probably about 9 years. Yeah, probably about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
It was just drawing again, thinking this is not really going to take me anywhere, just drawing. So then I started having, I had started having my tattoos way before I started tattooing.
Okay.
So I always used to just ask questions and watch what they were doing, quite interested in stuff like that. And then just picked drawing up again, and then thought, I wonder if what this tattooing feels like. Yeah. And it was super frustrating to start with.
As in, like, not understanding techniques.
I'm self-taught, so I had nobody to ask.
So you never had like an apprenticeship?
Never, no. I had to like learn it all myself from books or YouTube or whatever. Watching people tattoo me. I went the long way around. Because I got into it quite late 20s when I got into it. Yeah. Probably late 20s, 28, 29. So I still had to work with mortgages.
Whilst trying to learn.
Whilst teaching myself in the night, So it's about 9 years ago, I think.
So so if that's the tattoo side of things, when did the first sort of like sketches and doodle books and all that kind of stuff come in? I suppose that was a young age, wasn't it?
Yeah, day dot probably. Just as far back as I can remember.
Yeah.
Play football all day, and then when it went dark, go home.
Play football indoors
for a bit, get shouted at.
Yeah.
And then watch the wrestling all night and draw.
And then do some drawing. I'd take that right now, to be
Perfection.
fair. Yeah. I can't draw for shit, but I'd take that right.
Perfection. That was just the routine.
Yeah.
Growing up when I was little.
So when did did you do art at school and stuff?
Did art at school. Yeah, did art at school. And again, I did it because it comes so easy to me that you could kind of, anything they asked you to do, you could kind of do
reasonably well
without thinking.
Yeah.
So then you could mess around with your friends a bit more.
Oh, right, okay.
You didn't have to put too much focus into it.
So did you do like a college course in artwork?
No, never went to college or uni.
No,
I went straight to work for the family business because I just wanted to work with my dad. So I just went, and I wasn't the fan of school. Not a fan of school, so I went straight in to work.
So this is like what, 16, finished school?
Yeah, 16.
What was you actually like? Obviously, you did some sort of artwork on the side, just keep it as a hobby.
It was more people asking me to do drawings as birthday presents, christenings, stuff like that. So that's how I got into drawing and more.
Did you feel like did you step into the portrait sort of things because people asked you for it?
Pretty much,
did you? Oh, okay.
So pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, I love doing them, but it was pretty much because people asked me to do them. Yeah. Gave me photos, and then I just.
So it was a good practice for you as well.
Yeah, especially with the patients as well, because they used to take me like 9, 10, 12 hours to do. Yeah. Like the one I did for you.
I was going to bring that up. I literally said to Luke just before you turned up. Actually, I was like, "Fuck! I should have brought that Robert Plant portrait."
Yeah, the one I did for your old man. That was about.
I was looking
14 hours, something like that.
14. That's 14 hours.
About that, yeah.
Nice. To be fair, there was 3 different sorts.
I think it was A3 as well. I think it was.
There you go. I'm still looking at all of our WhatsApp messages that we've sent. We've sent some bad shit to each other. We have.
They'll link that.
No, but I was looking back on this. So yeah, when was this now?
Was it?
It was lockdown.
Lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, so 26th of April 2020, I first kind of started asking you about it.
Just kicked off?
Yeah. My dad's birthday would have been the 22nd of May.
Yeah.
So obviously at that point I was like, you've only got a month left, could you knock this out? And then you fucking did, man. And honestly...
Get me busy.
There you go. That's your kind of like...
there we go.
That's your reference that you had.
That's the one.
Yeah, and then that was the actual last one that you went with.
That's the one we did, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I think you sent me both of those. And then I was just like, that one looks good. Like,
and I was supposed to do an evening with Robert Plant, if you remember.
Oh, you was, yeah.
And then because it was a customer's husband, he was doing the sound. But then he got took ill and he couldn't do the sound. So he was going to get me in on a guest pass or like a work pass type thing.
Yeah.
So I was going to take it.
Halfway through.
That's the one, yeah. It's all right, isn't
it?
He
loves it. It's hanging up in the dining room next door with his old tickets and that. So
as long as he's happy, that's all that matters.
Absolutely, man. I remember when I gave it him, like obviously like a gift wrapped it and all this kind of shit,
yeah.
and I gave it to him, and then he was just like, "Fuck, how the hell? Who's done that?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, it's a mate of mine, Gav, he's a tattooist, and blah 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 blah." And then he was just like, "That's incredible. So what? How many of these has he done?" I was like, "Just that one."
Just that one. It would have been cool if I could have got it signed for him, but
Oh, you can't have everything, I suppose, can you?
yeah, maybe in the future we can do something.
Mate, I still that's one of my favourite portraits, like of anyone ever done.
It's probably one of my
really
favourite
good,
ones I've done.
really good. So
I did quite a few over lockdown, but that's up there.
There was one you sent me on there. It's like halfway through doing a Lemmy portrait. Was that for someone specific?
A young
or?
Lemmy as well. Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
yeah, that was a young Lemmy. That was for another friend.
yeah.
She's got it in a new house now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's moving into a new house.
You ever think about?
I just did it and she messaged me just saying, "Are you selling those or something?" I was like, "No."
Oh, so you were doing it, and then she said,
"Yeah,"
Can I?
but I never did it to profit or anything. It was just pure time kill.
Yeah, yeah.
Lockdown.
Well, I think I asked you how much would it be for this, and I think you said it was like 60 quid or something. I was like, mate, are you sure that's not much? And you were just like, yeah,
it's
don't
just
worry
like,
about
mate,
it.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know. It's just a drink, innit? It's the old school way of doing things.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
get me a
that's
drink.
true. Yeah, that is
It's
true.
the old school black country way of doing things.
Yeah. And who got me a drink at UKTTA?
Of course.
It's you, because my recommendation to this company right here.
The absolute G's.
And also,
I need one of those as well, yeah.
I know, Colt, if you're watching this,
Yeah, come on, Colt.
get the man a snap.
Sell me out.
No, to be fair, you deserve the Empire sponsorship, and obviously you've used Empire a lot. So I wanted sort of.
I appreciate it.
I did the recommendation to Colt about you wasn't because like we're quite close with each other. It was more like, just look at these guys' fucking portraits.
I appreciate it, man.
So it was good.
Massively.
But I think one of the things that I took from what you said to me ages ago was when you said about how you use your Empire.
Yeah.
Now everyone always has questions about the whitewash and the grey wash.
Yeah.
So, as I've got there, a bit of whitewash for you, and it's
It's the medium.
the medium one, but just want to reference this picture. Connor or Luke, I'm sure one of you will put this on the actual video when it actually goes out live anyway.
Yeah.
But just want to quickly reference one of the pictures that you were
Is
talking
it
about.
a recent one?
I don't know how you're going to say if it's recent or not. I mean, it's not far down in your feed, so it's this one, the Johnny Cash one.
Oh, yeah.
So with that one, obviously we'll put the picture up so we can sort of illustrate what we're talking about. But you mentioned to me how you use the whitewash as the background and then the grey wash as the foreground. So can you just, for the audience, just explain your process?
Yeah, so it's a bit more of a mashup now. I did the James Hetfield one like it recently.
Yeah, that was last week you posted that, wasn't it? Or this week, I think.
Yeah, was it last week? I think it was last week.
Yeah.
That was on a tricep, that one was.
Yes.
On somebody's tricep.
Okay.
A lot of people ask me about that one. Because he's got like this grey, opaque look to it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's literally just the whitewash.
Okay.
But the extra light.
Yeah.
So I just used the normal, standard Empire set. Light to dark. Then the classic black. But that new Mars black is good as well.
Yeah.
But the classic, and then I just replaced the extra light with the whitewash.
Right. Okay.
Use that at the start, kind of to open the skin up, kind of shape everything out. Then do the medium dark tones, and then probably at the end go over everything again. Just feather it all out.
Touch up a few areas.
Yeah, just smooth it all out with the big old mags.
Because one thing that I really like about that, obviously, you explained that. I said like, how did you kind of get that kind of smoky kind of look behind? And you said that was the extra light whitewash, wasn't it, in the background?
Yeah.
And then everything else on the front is the grey wash and
the
whites.
Yeah, with a bit of mashup with the.
So
with the
obviously,
white.
in your time, you've done many a portrait and many realism. So where would you sort of say, as a black and grey guy, your process has changed a lot over the years?
Yeah.
And now it's becoming I know what looks good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one thing I've always stuck to is when I was teaching myself, I watched a video from Carl Grace. I think he was doing a Frankenstein or a Bride of Frankenstein. And he said he always does all the black first. Around the image, the hair, the blackest areas first.
Yeah.
And then he does the face. Because then he can work all his tones off the darkest
Oh, okay.
Tone.
Rather than working up to the darkest
Yeah,
tone.
rather than guessing and working up.
Yeah.
He puts the darkest tones in the skin first because everybody's skin is different.
Yeah.
Tones and then he can work individually off how that's set in.
Yeah.
So that's the only one thing I've stuck to really.
Okay.
The others have been messing around with different combinations.
Do you sort of like pick it on the, in terms of like, say if you've got a particular kind of portrait of someone's like family member or something, and the reference picture is quite difficult. How would you sort of organise your washes at that point? Or is it just based on muscle memories for what you've done
pretty
previous?
much, yeah, pretty much. I try and stick to the same thing.
Yeah.
Every time.
Because you know how it's going to look in the end.
Yeah, if possible. Obviously, with the darker the skin, the more of the lighter tones you just eliminate.
Yeah.
Because they're pointless.
Yeah, you would just get lost in the picture.
Yeah, they're just pointless. So you just eliminate the lighter ones. Apart from that, though, everything's pretty much the same.
Yeah. So
pretty much the same.
So obviously, when at UK TTA, we literally had this Vine Black and Mars Black from Empire literally the day before the show. So we haven't actually had anyone in the UK give us feedback on it and stuff. However, everyone in the US and Colt Brown, is going to do really well. So you had both of them, I think, didn't you?
I had both of them, yeah. I used the Mars on the day.
So just for reference, the Mars is an all-purpose shading black, and then the Vine is an outlining black.
The outlining black,
So how do you find them both then?
So the Mars, the outlining are not used that much because I very rarely outline anything.
Yeah.
With what I do. Sometimes I have to.
Yeah.
Because just to keep the shape over years and years, you need some kind of structure there.
Yeah.
But normally I don't outline that much.
Right.
But the Mars is really good. It's very similar to the Ivory Black.
Yeah.
From Empire.
So it's got a good dark shade to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's darker than the classic. Bit thicker as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I spoke to Colt the other day about the Mars Black, and he said he was a fan of it as well, to be fair, out of all of them. But yeah, so far so good with that.
Yeah, I mean,
loving it. Yeah,
as we know, like I've said it to you before, but Empire's probably our best selling.
Yeah, you guys are the only people that got.
Well, it's the only one we're going to say on a podcast. Yeah,
true that.
No, it's around the UK and other areas as well. But yeah, ultimately we are the ones that brought it in. And
you're the OGs of.
Well, I started Star when that came in.
You're the OGs of Empire.
How long? What do you reckon it was? Like a month or so between me and Empire. Because I remember just starting, and it was like, yeah, we've just got this new stuff in.
Yeah, it's fairly recent.
Yeah.
It was like European distribution for the whole thing, so
yeah.
It wants to come for us too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I always remember you guys being the OGs.
Yeah. Of
the Empire, because I only ever bought it from day dot for myself.
Yeah.
I remember doing tattoo freeze years ago, and you just bought the David Vega set out, I think
it was. Probably 2019, I imagine. Or
years
something.
ago, yeah, before lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was talking to you, a few about the David Vega one.
Yeah. That sells out quick, that does.
Yeah, and then it just rolled out real quick then.
Yeah, absolutely. But his artwork is just insane again, isn't it? I'd love to talk to him at one point, but I mean,
it takes a long time. Apparently, about 14 hours a portrait.
Fuck.
2 days, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's got to be for
I don't
artist.
think would you sit for 14
artist?
hours?
Yeah, artist and customer.
That's a long time, especially if you're like sitting like this,
all twisted up like we normally are. Yeah. So I think, but it shows.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Like it's all the end product.
Yeah,
it's all that matters.
We know people that tattoo within 6 hours that
exactly.
should be 10 hours, and we know some people that are like like Vega, they do 14 hours.
There's no. It takes as long as it takes.
Art is art, isn't it? Really?
As long as the finished product is as good as it can be.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how long it takes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, I mean, I don't know how quick your rate is compared to other people and that, but I mean, you pretty much just do day sessions now,
pretty
really,
much.
don't you?
Yeah.
Most of the time.
90% of the time.
Now, is it what sort of like you get the most of request-wise? Do you get more portraits or like realism? I know realism.
Anything realistic, but it's more portraits.
Yeah, because I've seen
people know me.
Many of them
more for the portraits now.
Yeah.
Than other things. But anything realistic, really.
Now, do you ever find there's added pressure when it's like a lost family member or something. Do you ever kind of feel
Yeah,
like
but I quite like that.
right?
It
It pushes you a bit.
kind of zones you in
Yeah,
even more than
gives
normal.
you way more focus of this.
Even
is
more than
important.
normal. Yeah, because you're already like super focused on it. But especially when he's quite young, memorial.
Yeah,
The heavy days they are.
yeah,
They're just heavy days. I hope I never get to do any.
yeah,
I hope I never get to do any child portraits again, the memorial ones.
yeah.
I hope they never come up. It's very humbling to do
be
them,
asked to do it.
but they're just heavy days. Just staring at that photo all day, and it just
Knowing the significance,
knowing what's happened, and knowing
Yeah.
how happy they are in that photo, and then the outcome is.
yeah.
I hope I never get to do
Not
any
to
of
sa-
them ever again.
Not. I can't say this without sounding a bit awkward with this question, but do you ever sort of like have your headphones on and stay focused to kind of eliminate the not like conversations with the client, but more you're doing a job sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm asking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you just gauge it on how they are on the day. Sometimes they like to talk a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's a big thing, and they don't like looking as you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they look in the mirror, and then you get the only time you ever want to make somebody cry at the end of a tattoo is tears of joy.
Tears of joy. Yeah.
You know you've done a good job then.
Yeah.
That's the only time I like to see people tear up. But they're just heavy days. I'm humbled to do them, but I hope I never get to do one again.
Yeah.
But the memorial ones, obviously, granddads and nans and all that. Yeah, I love doing all those ones. It's just it's the best thing you could do for somebody, I think.
Yeah, saying to someone, "I need you to recreate this picture
on
my
me
body
forever."
Permanently."
It's just crazy.
Like, why have you come to me? Because I've seen you work and you're good at what you do. So
it's crazy.
Tattoo
It's still crazy to this day. People travel and.
What's the furthest way someone's travelled then for a tat? Like, because I've heard, like, when I spoke to Dom Brown at the last show, he said like someone's travelled from like bloody New Zealand and all sorts. So have you heard?
Maybe Portugal.
Portugal.
I can cheat and say
okay.
Florida,
but
I think she was just visiting anywhere.
So she didn't come for the tattoo.
No, but I'd like to think she did.
Well, there's a lot of people that come from abroad and they come from like France, Germany, Holland, Spain, whatever.
But Portugal
sorts.
was specific.
God.
Yeah, that was.
Is that like pressured? I know obviously it's like a bit of a I'm here for a tattoo, but at the same time you're thinking fuck.
Because you want them to have a good experience.
Yeah.
The whole day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Not just the tattoo. Like for morning, because it's an experience, isn't it?
Because there's some tattoo studios that are quite cold, aren't they? Like I don't mean temperature. I mean like the way you walk in, and it's just like
it seems like you're just a number.
Yeah.
In out.
I suppose sometimes that is the case.
Yeah, I mean,
when you get
that's
someone
the way
come in,
it is.
just
That's
having
the way
like
it
a
is.
2 hour piece done, write them off.
That's
but
it. That's the
when
way
you
it
get
is.
someone travel
Each
from
to their own,
Portugal,
Each to their own, but
yeah.
I always think if they're travelling as well, it's an experience.
Yeah.
From start to finish, it should be.
What do they get then? A nice gold plate of food and
pretty much, Pretty
red carpet.
Red carpet, fan down with huge leaves.
Oh, good.
Like
very nice. They
like
get
pick the
type of leaf as
Grapes.
well. I presume grapes, red grape. Oh, I suppose both. You get
both.
Yeah.
Both. Come on.
No, don't fuck around at Immortal Art.
Come on.
Immortal Art. Speaking of, you're a studio owner as well, aren't you?
I am. Yes.
Hey, what's that? Is that a nervous laugh? Like fuck yeah.
It's a bit of it's a random one. Yeah.
Yeah. How long's that been now then?
It's a year now.
Yeah.
It's been a year now. That's fast year as well.
I remember you texting me saying I couldn't get my own place.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck, really?
It's nuts because it happened so fast.
Yeah.
So the turnaround was just super rapid. But like,
how you find it being an owner and also the artist?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, to be fair. I do like it. It was a massive quick turnaround, which it was probably good that it was so fast and like done, open. But I do enjoy it. Sometimes you miss the
camaraderie and
because I'm used to working in busy places,
yeah.
busy factories before tattooing and busy studios. But it's quite a nice mix because I guest spots. I'll
you went to Dark Horse, not
I see Rich regular.
Yeah.
And everybody at Dark Horse. So I just pop over there for a week.
Yeah.
Come back few months.
Nice studio, that,
At
isn't
the
it?
studio, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
They're just this just awesome place to be.
Yeah.
It just oozes creativity and
kind of like pushes you as well, doesn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
Because I suppose when you're in a studio with like the same two people, nothing wrong with it. But then suddenly you go to a studio that has 7 people, all different styles, backgrounds.
Yeah, and you can talk to all of them.
Yeah.
Little tips from each one, even if you're not talking to them, just watching them.
Yeah.
You can pick a lot of things up. I did when I was there.
The amount of times I've heard people talk about like, do you push or pull lines? Do you do this? Or like, there's so many kind of like
variables for everything.
Everyone's got a different answer.
Yeah,
it's great.
And everybody's it's so subjective the way you do different things. Yeah, but just watching people, the process.
Do you find that you lose that kind of side of things at a tattoo show when you're working? Because you're kind of like head down for a good solid 7-8 hours, aren't you? Really?
Yeah.
So you miss all the...
I think I did it correctly this time at NEC. I just did small pieces.
Yeah.
So I could have a walk around.
Yeah.
Talk to people that you normally only talk to on Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You get to meet them, talk to them.
I introduced you to a few of the Empire guys, didn't I?
Yes. Yeah.
You were in force on that show, weren't you? There was yourself, James Brennan, Owen Pauls, Chrissy Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few of us, wasn't there?
Craig Bartlett.
Yeah. I was in between Owen and
he was,
James, like in the aisles.
Yeah. You were all in the same area as well.
That's pretty cool.
Like, when we set up and that, I said to Luke, like, so the layout of this, I want to go and have a little chat with him. We've got to drop this off to it. And I was thinking, where the fuck are all the Empire guys?
Just dotted
You're all
in the corner.
Same place in the corner,
Pushed away.
Yeah.
Go up there.
But it was nice to actually like have a few of you sort of meet for the first time because you'd never met James before, did you?
No. And hopefully I'll go up there, do a guest spot with him.
Stag and Bones.
Yeah. Go up there, do a guest spot with him. Later in the year or next year maybe.
Yeah.
Same with Owen. I won't mind just going to. I think Owen's in Brighton. I think.
Yeah, down south. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't quite remember for sure.
Yeah, I think he's
that was the first time I've actually.
First time I met Owen. Yeah.
Met Owen. Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah. Same as Chrissy and also Craig as well.
Yeah.
And
super cool people.
First time I've actually met Dom as well. Dom and Shah.
Yes. Yeah. And me too.
Yeah. Really
and
fun.
Kyle. First time I met Kyle.
Kyle Warwick.
Egg.
Oh, Egg. Oh,
yeah.
Right, okay.
I spoke to him loads on.
Yeah. That's
Instagram,
the thing,
Facebook.
Like you speak
then the first time you meet him,
on DMs, and then suddenly you see them at the show.
You're
like, this is the person that you've been speaking to.
Because there's never any like photos of me and stuff. On Instagram or anything.
Well, if it is, it's me doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty much you flipping me off or giving me some kind of grief.
Well, so Gavin's changed his profile picture. I was like, pretty sure that's the one where I'm.
It's always your photos.
I know, yeah.
Every convention I ever do is your photos. Is my new profile.
No, but the last
picture.
one that Connor sent over to you, I don't think I'm in them.
No, you're not.
No.
I can Photoshop you in.
Oh, I could do, yeah.
If you want.
Yeah, just crop that in there or something.
And I think that one's cropped for the Empire banner as well.
Is it really?
I think that's the one we used.
Yes.
But they cropped you out.
We did it, boys.
We made it. We made it, man.
Speaking of the Empire, have you seen the new bottle for white?
No.
It's in this little funky dude now instead.
Oh, they've all moved to these ones now?
Yeah. So instead of that,
I prefer these
I think, am I right in saying the 1 and 2 ounce is still going to be like this?
Still in that one?
Yeah, I believe so. They might be moving them over to the smaller one.
Yeah. But they said a few people prefer those kind of spouts on them.
Yeah, those bottles are ice.
Yeah.
That's the only company that's using them as well. I think so.
I think so.
I think it is, yeah. Everybody says they look like vape bottles.
Oh,
the little spout.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, when you look at manufacturers and what they produce, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the same bottle manufacturer, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if it pours it out correctly and it's a lot neater, because a lot of people said that when you pour ink into the caps, these Empire ones are so much cleaner.
It's just super accurate.
Yeah.
Just sniper.
Yeah,
straight
absolutely,
in.
man. Yeah.
Straight in.
Accuracy 10 out of 10 for them.
Accuracy. 10 out of 10.
What's the setup like for you on the machine front at the moment?
Machines are the 3mm and 4mm at the minute. That's just my go-to.
You keep swapping between the two for...
Pretty much, yeah. But I'm finding it's like 80% of all tattoos I do with a 4mm now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the 4mm. I think there's a little bit of give on the machines. But they're ice. The Volk nuts.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Volk nut machines. They're ice. 3mm for the big areas, foreheads, cheeks, stuff like that. But the 4mm, the 4mm for pretty much everything. To be fair, now.
Yeah.
I use it for everything. Just quite lightly.
Yeah.
Building it up rather than...
Do you ever, with your, obviously you just said then for hard parts like the forehead, cheeks and all that kind of stuff for portraits, how do you sort of begin your process of making the stencil and stuff like that? Do you have like some sort of like a preference towards, okay, well this is like particular kind of angle on the shadow, so I'm going to do this here, or? Yeah,
so is it like, how do I draw them or prepare them?
Yes, obviously because looking through the pictures, obviously there's ones where you've done like a portrait and the stencil's next to it and it's detailed as fuck. So like, what's your process for stencils then?
I kind of like to draw them the night before.
Yeah.
On Procreate.
Right.
Bit of muscle memory. Kind of like to draw them. Sometimes I cheat with the hair and I just use the filter on the hair.
Right.
If it's long hair or curly hair.
Yeah. Otherwise you'll probably be there for hours, won't you?
Yeah. Photoshop that.
Yeah.
Cheat with that. But normally, I try and not make them super complicated, so my eye doesn't. I know a lot of the colour stencils that I see.
Yeah.
Steve Butcher and they're just
too much going on.
Just paint by numbers, and it's just so much going on. I try and keep it as simple as I can.
Yeah.
And if I draw it the night before as well, I can get straight into it the next day.
Like I said, muscle memory.
Yeah, and then the client can just come in and we can start straight away. I know the old school way, we used to print it off.
Yeah.
Size it up, print it off.
How does it look?
Draw it while they wait.
Yeah.
And then if you mess that stencil up,
do it again.
Draw it again. So at least with these, you can just keep running them off.
Yeah, that's good.
One after the other.
What's the, have you got any sort of like, when it comes to like a client saying, I'd like, say for example, the Joker.
Yes.
Loads of people have had a Joker tattoo. So say if they come to you and they message and say, hi Gav, love your work, really want you to tattoo me, I want a Joker tattoo.
Yeah.
If that's all you've been given from a client, how do you proceed with making it? Do you ask them what particular...
Find out which Joker first.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's always between Ledger
Heath Ledger or
Joaquin.
Yeah. Okay, well...
Nobody ever has the
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
Or the Suicide Squad one.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, that one.
Not a fan of that one.
No, I've tattooed that once in the past, I think.
Yeah.
But everybody does the Heath Ledger one.
Yeah.
I prefer the Joaquin Phoenix
Okay,
one.
well, edit the text then. So, hi Gav, love your work. I want a Heath Ledger Joker tattoo.
Ooh, yeah.
Then what do you do then? Do you ask them, do you want a portrait? Do you want a full body?
Yeah, it's normally portrait or like, do you want a portrait with, I normally do like a little scene at the bottom.
Yeah.
Or a little mini portrait at the bottom. So normally they'll just say, just a portrait, please. So then I'll get a bunch of images together.
Yeah.
Sometimes mash them up together.
Yeah.
If the angles allow it. And then just send them over back and forwards.
Do you ask what body part is going on first?
Yeah. Normally just tell me, just send me a photo of the body part.
I suppose if someone said, I want it like right behind the back of the shin, you can go with like a nice
Sometimes
vertical.
they can't get photos themselves.
Yeah.
It's difficult to photo back of your leg.
But amount of times I've been there.
Yeah, get a bit of yoga. But normally send that over, get it back. I have tried to get onto the Procreate, the 3D.
Oh yeah,
imaging,
with the
bit of a nightmare at the minute, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not the best optimized thing in the world, yeah.
Right.
But literally send it back, get the okay, draw it, hope they don't change their mind overnight.
That's my next question. What do you do if on the day they go, oh, actually, I'm thinking this?
Bite your lip. Bite your lip and just try and be
diplomatic and go,
diplomatic,
okay,
or
sure.
talk him into having the original one. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they're the boss.
Yeah.
It's on their skin.
That's the thing, isn't it?
It's on their skin forever, so
I
it's
suppose
not that much of a...
It's a bit difficult for you guys, though, isn't it? I mean, you could probably spend the whole night previous doing this shit, and you are so hyped for it, and you're like, God, this is going to look insane. This is.
Yeah,
and
especially
then,
if it's one you're looking forward to.
Yeah, and then suddenly on the day they go, can we make this that instead? And take... How do you sort of handle that situation?
Yeah, that's a tricky one, that.
Yeah.
You try your best to explain to them, this will look best on this part of the body. If we do this here, it might wrap around too much.
Yeah.
It might distort the face. It might... But if they're still adamant on changing it, then you can only tell somebody so many times.
Yeah.
You can only advise somebody so many times.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they're paying the money.
Yeah.
It's on them forever, so I can just tell them what I think would look best.
Yeah, that's all you can do is advise, isn't
if
it?
they're happy at the end of the day.
Say if you had to do that and then you ended up spending like another hour reworking it, do you sort of take that into account for the cost of the day?
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You kind of have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of have to explain that it'll probably eat into your time, like day sitting time.
How do you sort of quote people? Like if you said, like going back to the conversation, I want a Joker portrait, blah blah blah. We figured out we want back of the leg, we want 3. What happens if it's like, okay, how much does that cost, Gav? Do you sort of have to say, I can't really say now?
It's normally how long's a piece of string.
Yeah.
It's so many variables, size, detail. I just normally do it on the flat day rate, because they genuinely all take the same amount of time to do.
Yeah.
Normally the day rate. If I'm done a little bit earlier, then I'll probably just do it on the hourly and knock an hour off or something. Cause if I'm done early, I'm done early. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not greedy. I'm not greedy. So I never. It's cheesy, innit? It's a cliche. I never do it for the money.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's just a massive bonus. So if I'm done early, bonus for them and me.
Yeah.
Early pint, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You like your beer, don't you?
Little bit.
That's why we had to have one together at the show.
Mate, yeah. It's about time as well.
That was.
It's about time as well. Should have had more, to be fair.
I know, but you had to go because you said you've got some work to do tomorrow and carrying on with tattooing and stuff.
God,
I was like, that's a poor excuse, that is.
Yeah, because I'd made the error of booking somebody in on the Monday as well.
Oh.
After a convention. So
the Monday after a convention? You mad bastard. No one does that.
So you've got like 14, 15 hours tattoo work over the weekend.
And then you do a Monday.
Yeah, your shoulder, neck, back is in bits. And then you remember that you booked somebody in on the Monday.
I would advise you not do that.
That is a Boy Scout error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, at least you got another day of work done, innit?
That's it.
Yeah.
I think that turned it into like a 13-day work week.
Weeks.
Yeah. Then I had the Sunday off.
Yeah.
And they did it again. So,
God, man.
Bit of a killer, mate.
Well, even just before we started, you said about like, oh, God.
Crippled. I'm hiding it well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm crippled up at the minute, though.
Yeah. Like just down here is just like fire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the one side of my back is rock hard.
Oh.
And the other side's squishy. You can tell something's wrong. Chiropractic tomorrow, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you hoping for some good results, are you?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think it's just...
Well, you're going to do the whole... You're going to get the whole...
The whole works.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, you're going to be a
new man. You have to keep that up.
Yeah.
It's not a fix. The chiropractic, is it? It's not a fix.
So I spoke to Phil about that last week when he was here. This guy, actually. I'm repping his shirt this week because he gave me this last week.
Very nice.
But he said about the whole back thing and stuff, and it's like, I think a lot of people, normal people like us, we forget that how much of a physical toll it takes on you, doesn't it?
It's crazy because you never realise what position you put yourself in as well.
Yeah.
Until you see
other people.
Videos of yourself or photos of yourself that you don't realise have been taken.
Yeah.
And you see yourself just twisted up in some weird positions for no reason.
Shrimping up.
You just need to ask the person to move their arm a little bit or
Oh yes.
For them to rotate a little bit, but we end
Do
up.
you want me to move? No, it's all
Yeah,
right.
we end up like kind of twisting round for them.
Yeah, because you're there like
this,
underneath.
and you're following it round instead of just turning their arm.
Yeah.
Just get lost in the moment.
You feel bad asking the client to move slightly then? Is that what it is?
I think I just forget. I just forget.
You forget they're an actual human being.
Yeah,
just a slab
I
of
forget
meat
that they
you're
can
tattooing.
move. Yeah, and then I have to move around them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully that'll sort me out tomorrow,
No, fair enough.
and then we'll just probably carry on with the.
That's good.
I've had the posture reset and sports massage and everything, and horrendous.
I suppose with all these back problems that we're talking about, do you actually have any kind of like football involvement at the moment other than watching it, or?
No, just watching it at the minute, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm incredibly out of shape.
Now, Man United, right?
Yeah.
Is this a poor topic to bring up?
It's been a poor topic for 10 years to bring up. But I've been spoiled, so...
That's fair enough.
I've been spoiled my entire life.
You've had the good times. If you can't support me at my best, you know, all that.
Yeah. You don't deserve to watch him if you can't watch him lose.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We'll leave it at that, shall we?
Yeah. Unless the things pick up, yeah.
Yeah. You've done a fair few kind of like football-based portraits and stuff in your time, though, haven't you?
Yeah.
It seems to always be like movie stars,
Music
stars, or football-related with you.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
sportsmen, yeah. I did have a lot of pet portraits all at once. I wouldn't do one for ages.
Yeah.
Then I'd have like 4 in a week.
Do you think sometimes that happens? You post one up and it blows up, and suddenly
Definitely.
you've just got
Yeah. Because normally when I do pet portraits, they're normally on breeders or people.
Oh, so
yeah,
they have
it's their job.
They have their kind of.
So
like
they have a
network.
big circle of friends that see
Yeah.
it in that trade,
Mm.
and that's when it happens.
Yeah.
The girl come down from Liverpool to have one done. Actually, she's a breeder in bulldogs and stuff. But I enjoy doing them as well because you know me, I'm a dog person. So
Absolutely. My next question.
I'm a dog
How's
person.
Bob? How's
Yeah.
Big Bob?
little Bob, old and blind,
Oh.
but he's plodding on. He's 11 this year, which is pretty good. It's pretty good for a pug.
I was going to say, yeah, because their life expectancy is a lot
12,
shorter than
12,
other
13
kind of
maybe,
breeds,
something
isn't
like that, I think.
it? Yeah.
But he's still plodding on, yeah. Like he's
I
got...
remember we did that not podcast, in Zoom.
the Zoom one, yeah.
Yeah. During
in
lockdown, we did all these like support artists, and I was just talking to just anyone that wanted to jump on for an hour.
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah,
and
yeah. Appreciate it.
There was yourself, Moni was on there with Bertie.
Bertie was on, big burst.
Laura and Johnny Firth at the time, they were together and
Yeah.
they had their dogs on the screen, and then you were just like, yeah, it's Bob.
There's Bob.
Yeah.
I might have been about 12 Stellas deep, I think, by then as well, though.
Well, I mean, who knows,
Who
man?
knows,
Who knows?
mate?
That Zoom call
Those
quality wasn't great, was it?
lockdown sessions,
Yeah.
cracking that can
The morning juice.
earlier every day. It seemed to click earlier every day.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do, was there?
God.
Sun was shining, so...
It's mad how, it's probably my fault, but it's mad how many times on these podcasts I bring up the subject of it, because it was a mad time, wasn't it?
Crazy time
It was
to live.
weird.
Crazy time to
I've
live.
got so many memories with you guys. Like, you know, you did the Robert Plant portrait for my dad. We did that Zoom call. Moni obviously did the Zoom call with her as well.
Did a few Zooms, didn't we? I thought we did a few of them.
Maybe that's the beers talking.
Maybe.
I remember
Or
only being on
maybe I
one
was
with you.
seeing more than
You're
one.
probably thinking back to the whole parties and quiz things you used to do on Zoom.
Oh,
and that,
yeah, more than likely.
We had a few of those.
Yeah, more than likely.
You did a few of them as well, didn't you, Luke? The old quizzes on Zoom.
Oh yeah, I think everyone did, didn't they?
Yeah. And then after
Just-
like the 4th or 5th week, you were like, fuck me, I can't be
Fuck
arsed with this
this,
anymore.
yeah. The whole
Oh,
world's
it's my
going
turn.
mad.
I've got to make a fucking question up now. Who invented wallpaper?
Yeah, it's right, innit? Yeah.
God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I
but
nearly got stuck in New York as well during that.
You did. I remember you did, didn't you? This was at the like,
One-
was
yeah.
it like March, April or
March,
something?
yeah, when it just kicked off, yeah.
Yeah.
I took my nephew there for his 21st birthday,
Yeah.
and it was the first 2 days were fine, and then it kicked off,
Mm.
and it was like, I Am Legend over there. Times Square just empty,
Yeah.
bizarre, just
God.
bizarre. Did the Empire State Building, and there was me, my nephew, and 3 other people
Fucking hell,
there.
that's
It was like a
not many,
private
is it?
tour.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, it was one of the I think it was the last 3 planes to get back we was on. Flew us back to Stansted, and our car was at Manchester.
Yeah, God.
But I'm just glad to be back then. It was just
I was going to say,
mental.
I bet that would have been a little bit like, okay, we're kind of trapped on the other side of the world.
Yeah, it was crazy, yeah. When we got back,
haven't got a mask.
When we got back to Stansted, about 9 at night,
yeah,
taxi driver, he said, you're like the 3rd customer I've had all day.
Jesus.
And I said, Stansted.
Wow.
You just see all the planes lined up.
Dark times.
It's just weird time to be alive, though.
How many portraits and sketches do you reckon knocked out during lockdown? Because it was a long amount of time, wasn't it?
Long time, yeah. A lot of pet portraits.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of wedding anniversary ones as well. I did a lot of them.
I suppose people got creative and they wanted gifts that
meant
I think a little bit more, didn't they? So
I think so, yeah. So I did a lot of them. It's a time killer, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of Warzone as well. So Warzone come out then.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. That was me and Luke's thing. We did like work because we was working from home, just doing stuff that we could.
Yeah.
And it was just like, right, lunch break, turn around, PS
Warzone.
controller.
Look forward to playing it, and then you play it for 30 seconds.
And then you're like,
it's
why
infuriating.
the fuck am I playing this game? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
it's infuriating. But then it's like, should we have one more, lads? Yeah, go on then, we'll have one more.
Yeah, that's
3 o'clock in the morning. Should we
that's
just have
the
one
worst
more?
bit. We haven't won one yet.
Yeah,
Come
we
on.
haven't won one yet. Come on, next one.
Is that part of your downtime then? So a bit of footy,
Yeah.
wrestling, games.
Yeah. I mean, more PC, PlayStation 5, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
More that. Just turn off for a bit. Escapism, I suppose, because it is pretty much 24/7 really.
Yeah, yeah.
Work all day, answer messages all night.
How often do you sort of turn off the social media brain?
Never. I don't think. I don't think you can.
Yeah.
It's constant.
Yeah.
It's a nice problem to have. Be
like
stressed.
answering messages and.
It's a nice problem to have, yeah. Because obviously I'd be a lot more stressed if it was dead.
Right.
No messages. But it can be stressful.
Yeah.
Just not ignoring everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just, I hate ignoring people, or people thinking I'm ignoring them. When they just
there's like a message and it's
they
like
just
one
pile
day.
up. Yeah, because I need to streamline it a bit better. To be fair, it's my own fault.
Yeah.
Because it comes from every source.
Facebook, Insta. You on TikTok as well or not?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit.
Just
so you have a presence on there.
Yeah,
so
I do it a
people
little bit. Yeah, and then WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, email,
have you got
message.
A separate page for Immortal as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've only recently set that up though, because
Okay.
it takes ages, especially with Instagram.
Yeah.
It just takes ages to grow
It
a
does now,
page
yeah.
or a presence,
Yeah, it does
and they
now.
change the algorithms every day. So
Oh, sorry, I've got something else to show you on here with the old archive.
It's frustrating to just keep up with how to stay relative with it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Can be a bit of an issue, can't it? Yeah, let me show you this, dude. December 2020.
Oh, the most liked.
Yeah.
The most liked photo of the year.
Yeah, that was your.
I said I was going to do that.
Sirius Black, yeah.
I said that was going to win it.
I know.
Because it got quite high, and he was like, "Yeah, come back when he's broke 10,000." I was like, "Oh, I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm back now."
That in the whole of 2020.
What do I win?
20.8k likes.
I think
No. Sorry, God, I've misread that completely. 10.8.
No, it's
in 2020.
20.8 likes on it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
No, but that was like. Yeah, that's a detailed as fuck piece. So that is like all the
that
like
took,
the newspaper
that
script.
Took ages.
God, I bet your eyes were stinging
That
after
took
that, weren't
ages. Yeah.
I remember fangirling over that so much.
Oh,
That one.
straight away.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
See, I'd never watched Harry Potter up until that stage. Never.
So then suddenly someone was like, "Bloody hell,
and
mate,
that's
you're
on
doing some
a good
likes."
friend of mine. She's got loads more now, Harry Potter,
Yeah.
and she always just had a go at me. You're not watched them yet. You're not watched them yet. I was like, no, not watched them yet, because I saw the first one and it was a bit.
I'm too busy watching Man United lose.
Yeah, that is true. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I watched the first one, but I've watched them now,
You watched all of
I
Harry
watched them all
Potter?
now. They get dark, those films do.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's surprised me, to be fair.
There was that meme that I saw a while ago, and it was like the first 2 Harry Potters, and it was like rainbows and unicorns, and then after that it was like dark clouds.
Like, whoa. People just getting twisted. It's a bit like Stranger Things.
A little bit, yeah.
Stranger Things started off like quite...
Oh, mate, I know we've probably spoke about it before, but how good was Eddie Munson's fucking solo bit?
Awesome.
That Metallica stuff.
It was good that everybody turned into a Metallica fan for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because
suddenly
of that
it was
TV
all
show.
over the fucking...
Everybody had the
using
T-shirts on. It was on the radio. It was in the charts.
Yeah.
And now it's disappeared again.
Suddenly started seeing Metallica shirts everywhere. I was just like, fuck, that's awesome. I remember someone actually asked me at one point, this is nothing to do with Metallica now, it's Slayer. And I think it was because of the whole, when everyone just suddenly got massive on the metal shirts and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Which is great.
H&M was selling them at Primark.
I think it's awesome because it's like,
shirt,
why not? Like, if it gets more of this music out there.
Yeah, I'd prefer it to have a bigger platform.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway,
but I remember someone said to me, like at a party or something, I was wearing like a Slayer t-shirt with the dates on the back, and someone said, oh, where did you get that t-shirt from? I said, the gig.
The actual concert.
And they were like, what? I said,
the gig?
The gig, the tour. And they were just like, oh, I got this one from Boohoo. And I was just like,
or Primark, or
I was just like, oh God, okay. But it's good though, isn't it? Like, I like the fact that Metallica suddenly got big for a bit, because it wasn't a win for Metallica, it was a win for just music just in general.
Everybody, It's a win for everybody. Everybody should listen to Metallica.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Do you listen to much music when you're tattooing?
Yeah, I can't work without music. I have
some sort of...
I have to have some kind of music around me.
Yeah. What is your tattooing music?
It's normally heavier the better normally, but it obviously depends on the client.
Oh, so
I can't make the ears bleed too much.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
If it's like they don't appreciate it sometimes.
I'm getting this like memorial portrait of my dog. All I can hear is just like, raining blood.
You've just got some craziness in the background.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's literally, there's only so many Spotify playlists you've got. So
you
normally
gotta make your own, bro. You got to make your own. I'll send you a few of mine that I've made.
100%.
Yeah.
I'll stick some of that on. But sometimes I'll end up tattooing to the rhythm. Especially AC/DC. AC/DC is so easy to tattoo to.
Yeah.
It's just the same drum beat on every song.
Oh, it's easy.
And sometimes the client will clock onto it.
And they'll start sort of
like... you were just tattooing to that song? I was like, yeah, I do that sometimes. I do that sometimes, yeah. So I'm either doing that or I'm tapping with my feet or something.
Yeah.
There's no foot pedal now.
Josh, who tattoos me, is constantly sometimes just...
I'm always just some kind of tapping with my feet or like a drummer or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. ADHD or something.
It's got a bit. I think most of you guys that are tattoo have got ADHD. You know?
I think so.
I honestly think you do.
OCD or somthing.
Something like that.
I think OCD for the details.
Just all the letters. You've got all of them, I think.
Yeah. I pretty much check on every one of them.
Absolutely.
Especially if I put a stencil on and it's perfect.
Yeah.
But if it's just a few mil angled wrong or...
You have to do that thing where you
catches my eye.
You put the stencil on and then you're sort of like doing all these
angles. Yeah.
All these different angles.
Do a handstand.
See, it looks good when I'm doing a handstand, but then as soon as I do a cartwheel, it just looks
shit
a bit
when
off,
I'm back
really.
standing normal. But even if it's slightly off,
it
just tweaks me and I'll just rub it off.
And then you put the stencil completely on exactly the same way.
Same way.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Just 2 mil difference.
Next time I see you at a show, I'm going to be like, oh, that looks a bit off, Gav.
Yeah. Oh, don't do that to me, man. Because I will rub it off. I will rub it off.
Get the cheese grater out.
Yeah,
Go on,
I will.
Again.
Yeah, get that off. Get the flamethrower out.
Just do it on the next leg. It's
Get the flamethrower out. We'll rub that off.
What are your favourite bands? Because obviously you've done a fair few kind of like music related things, and you like it.
How long have we got? So I grew up listening to Queen. Queen's probably my favourite
classic
ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was I grew up with all the old school, like Bad Company, and Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, obviously because of the Birmingham connection.
Yeah.
But then it was just Maiden, Metallica, AC/DC. I grew up listening to AC/DC a lot.
Have you still got that You obviously have, but my point is to bring up the conversation of that Tony Iommi autograph you got.
Oh yeah, that's on this.
Wasn't it like did it say like to Gav? Or?
Oh yeah, it's personalised to me. Yeah.
How did you come
it's
across?
It's a good friend of mine. She's known him for years, years and years, and she goes around his house twice a week, maybe once a month. One of his houses.
One off.
She's been round there once. And Brian May's been sitting in the garden.
Fucking hell.
And I'm just so jealous. So jealous.
Oh, God.
He's bought his own aftershave out now. I don't know if he's out now or he's coming out. He just gives her she's like 300 quid a bottle. He's like, try that out.
Have that.
Try that out. Or the Black Sabbath Converse, the special edition ones.
Oh, do you remember when I told you about them?
Yeah, well, he had loads of them.
Oh.
And he was like, do you want some of these? I never wear them. Like, do you want some of these? And she got like loads of them. And then, so it was a 1974 program, I think it was.
Yeah.
Original.
All right.
And he put a message on that. And then when I opened the studio, he sent me another one, wishing me good luck with the studio.
That's awesome.
So I'm trying desperately to try and get
him. You've got him on your leg, haven't you?
That leg, yeah. I'm trying desperately to get him in the shop.
Oh, mate. I know you wouldn't.
But he says he has said that he's too old now.
Yeah.
I think him and Geezer.
What, you mean to tattoo him?
Yeah. Yeah. Him and Geezer were going to get one years ago.
Yeah.
And they ran off.
Oh.
So I think he's past him now.
Oh, that's a shame. You can get him over to see the studio at least, couldn't you? I'm sure
100%.
I'm sure he'd spend.
I'm going to try my best.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got a couple more things from when they did the tour. This is the end.
This is the end.
This is the end tour.
2018.
I got the ticket stub from the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
You signed that, and the
cool.
triangle guest pass. Loads of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Loads of cool stuff.
What else have you got? Because I remember you sent me one or two things in the past, but I mean like.
Oh yeah, a few things from Metallica.
Yeah.
A few things from. Just when I went through the early 2000s, the punk stage of Blink-182 and Newfound Glory and all that.
Yeah.
A couple of signed stuff from that as well.
Oh, nice.
A program from AC/DC, the Ball Breaker tour.
Really?
96. My dad
signed.
My dad took me to see him when I was still in primary school. So he took me to see.
So you learned well.
Yeah.
You were young.
Oh yeah. He took me there I couldn't hear nothing for about a week after.
That's fine.
Which was fine.
It's worth it.
It's fine.
Once they suddenly said, "Yeah, medically you're fine. You'll come back. Yeah. It will come back."
You just had an awesome time.
Yeah. And then
but you're fine.
Like, oh, don't panic. It's fine.
So I've still got that program.
Yeah.
That's Pride of Joy as well. Just bunch of different things. And obviously out to Man United.
I'd love for you to see my dad's collection because he's got programs and tickets and all sorts, and he's become like a bit of an eBay savage right now. Like the amount of stuff that he buys and flips and stuff, but he knows when you come across something that's like, oh, this was like a one-off gig, or this was when Tony Iommi had his like something happened, or there's
promo like a promo poster, or
when there's something like a significance to it.
Especially when they very first started out as well.
Yeah.
My mum and dad saw Queen. When they were very first, they were the support act for Mott the Hoople, I think it was.
Really?
That's like early 70s. Early 70s maybe?
Very early 70s, yeah.
So they've got like the promo poster for that.
Yeah.
The old school posters. That's good. I've got the old school tickets as well with how much it used to cost. To see a band.
Yeah, I see some of the tickets
back in the day.
And I'm just
£1.50.
£1.50 for a fucking AC/DC gig.
Yeah.
Obviously, money is different back then, but even then, that's cheap.
Yeah, so.
Well, that's the thing back then. A gig sold the albums.
Yeah.
Whereas now, Spotify sells the gig.
So, yeah, perfect.
It's the other way around, isn't it now?
Yeah, it's all social media now.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, 100%. Man. Well, it's good. No, honestly, on that, just to full circle that, having the tattoos of like musicians and all that kind of stuff, it just gives like that little extra bit of sizzle to the tattoo, doesn't it? When you are doing it, I mean, like when you suddenly think, oh yes, an Iron Maiden tattoo, like I feel passionate about that, so it kind of hypes you up, doesn't it?
Definitely. Yeah. It gives you that extra little
bit of more
5-10%.
Yeah.
Zone in when it's something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously you give your all for everyone you do, but
yeah,
every walk of life, if you got a massive interest in something, you put that little bit more, not effort, but you know.
Well, that's good though. You've got a good all-round kind of portfolio. So you've done your portraits, your memorial portraits, the realism side of things, all sorts of
Animals
different movie stars, animals, musicians, and you know, overall, man. Like as I said, the reason why I've told Colt about you as well is because you've got a good,
I appreciate
portfolio.
It. Massively appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'm just humbled by it all.
Yeah,
I'm just still amazed that people just come and let me
draw on them
with electric pencils.
I wanted to bring up a couple other bits and pieces, dude, just in regards to your techniques and that, but I think we've kind of gone over a lot of that.
Yeah.
So in terms of anything else that you want to say, is there anything on your side of things that...
No, man, I'm just grateful for everything. I'm just grateful for you guys, for putting me forward for Empire and stuff. For anybody that comes and gets tattooed. It's just, I'm just a little geezer from the Black Country, just working class from the Black Country. I'm nothing special. And for people to come and from all over the country to let me tattoo them, it's just crazy to me.
Is there any hopes and dreams for Immortal Art, or are you sort of at the moment, you're happy with where you are?
Happy, just chilled out. Like I said, I'm not a big brash person. I never did a big opening party or...
No, you can't say all this when you had that fucking massive banner at Staffordshire Tattoo Gathering many years ago.
Yeah, okay. Since then, I'm not a big kind of social media person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just grateful for everything, really. The studio is awesome. If that gets bigger or I open more, then brilliant. But at the minute... it's just little old me in there, working away, trying to do some cool stuff. Yeah. On some cool people.
Well, I think it's working well so far, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I really do.
We'll cut our conversation there, but I've got some questions for you afterwards in a little segment afterwards. But for the moment, dude, thank you very much for chatting.
Happy days, my man. Happy days, my man.
And we'll be up to Immortal Art at some point to see all your lovely decorations and artwork in the studio as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice one.